Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. It's time for another hug. So we are doing 100 Hugs by Chris Riddell, and it could be Riddell or Riddell. Um, a book to warm the hearts of those who need a hug. So today we will be doing a bug hug. So today we'll be doing the bug hug. And the bug hug looks like grasshoppers to me. So we will be coloring some grasshoppers hugging. Isn't that lovely? Bug hugs. I like bug hugs. So let's just get to this. So we've got our shuttle arts here. This is the 174 set. That is um, pretty much the same as the Color 180 set, as well as the um, Brute Funer 180s, the Sioux Color 180s, pretty much any of the 180 set are almost the exact same as these. I did do a comparison between these and the black Brute Funers, and they are numbered, named, everything exactly the same. So if you own a set of these, you don't need to buy a set of the others. So I'm doing this first one green. So I'm just putting down a layer of a yellow green, mid yellowish green, number 168, if you want to follow along. And if you don't have the shuttle arts and you have the black brute funers or anything like that, you could probably still follow along, unless they've changed it since I bought mine and sent them back. But I don't think they have. Pretty sure they're still the same. Now I'm just putting down this layer of this light layer of the yellowish green down. Now I have to be careful here because I have to make sure I'm coloring bug body, not other bug body. Because we've got two different bug bodies here, and there's wings and legs and all that fun stuff. And we don't want to color wings and legs yet. We just want to color bug body. And like I said, I'm just doing a very light layer. I'm going to zoom that out a little bit. This is a little bit bigger of a picture than obviously the last one I colored. There we go. So that you can actually see the entire bug body that we're coloring. It looks like little notes, little music notes on them. That's kind of cool. Now his little wings here cover up part of his bug body, so I'm just going to put a little bit of light green in there, as well as down here. Alright, now we're not going to put that away because we're going to need it again soon. Now we're going to take a deeper green. Let's see. I don't want it too dark, but I don't want it too light. So we're going to take light green. We're going to put some light green in. So I hope everybody's start to the week has been a good one. Of course, now you have a hug for the day. If you have had a bad day, I will send you a hug. If you've had a good day and want to make it better, I'll send you a hug. I love a hug for the day. I'm gonna find another hug book so I can continue it because it makes me feel good. Give everybody hugs for the day. Now I'm not putting this everywhere. I'm just putting in little bits of it here and there. And then we'll put it everywhere once we get to the legs on this particular bug. So this is actually his body here as well. So I'll have to go over that with the yellow green. So on his legs, I'm going to do the light green, which is more green than the yellow green. Okay, and make sure that we get the right bug's legs here, because the other bug is going to be brown. Alright, and then we've got his legs here as well. And this one here. Now I am building the color up from light to dark because of the type of paper that this is. So I will be going over this with a darker color and doing the shadows and the joints and the spines and all those fun things. Alright, and then we're going to add a little bit of this darker green here. And make sure that we get some down the wings for the body, because his body is behind the wings too, like that. I love the fact that they've got a bug hug in here. Bear hugs are one thing, but when you get a bug hug, that's special. Alright, now we're going to take a really deep green. I think this one will work. Kiwi green. I'm going to give it a sharpen because I want a nice sharp point on it. And I'm using my Deli hand crank sharpener. And this is 148. The one I just used is number 28, which is light green. And this one is kiwi green. And I'm just going to go through the darker areas with it. I'm pressing a little bit harder. Still trying not to press too hard because of the type of paper it is, but hard enough to get that color on there. down into his body here. And go around his legs, put that shadow in. Try to stay in the lines. Just doing the edges. Up here into this shadowed area. It amazes me how much detail is in each of these pictures. You know, when I first started this, I thought, ooh, this is going to be, fun and simple and, quick because they're just little tiny pictures. But there is so much detail in these pictures. It's interesting. It's not difficult, but it is interesting on how much detail this artist was able to get into these pictures. Alright, now I'm going to take a bit of a different dark green. I want one that has more of a, forest green kind of color. More of a blue in it than a yellow. Go through and sharpen it, and then there we go. That's what I wanted. Just a little bit more of a blue green instead of a yellow green. Alright, so I'm going to go through here. Just putting in those shadowy areas in the joints. Add a little bit more to there. Shadow from the other bugs, whatever you want to call it, arm, whatever. And then these areas here on the legs. And if I didn't say, it's forest green, which is number 11. Just in case I didn't say, because, sometimes I forget. And I sit there going, did I say that? You all know how it is. thank you all very much for your input on the previous hugs and the fact that you all enjoy this hug segments as much as I enjoy doing them. I was a little bit worried that after a few of them you guys would probably find it kind of boring at this point, but I'm glad that you don't. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. And like I said, I will be doing them for approximately another 90 days. So unless I can find another hug book, and then it might get longer. It also gives me the ability to color something every day, which is fun. Because some days I just don't have a lot of time to actually color. So it gives me that extra little bit of coloring in for the day. Alright, so we've got that one. Oh, no, we missed his other leg. Got that one's body almost all done here, and I'll go over it with the original yellow green that we started with and blend it all together. Alright, now we're going to take the middle yellowish green and we're just going to blend it all together and do his antennae. And I'm just doing it fairly lightly. I'm putting enough pressure on it to move that color around and fill in any white areas that I may have missed the first time around. I'm going to go over top of this darker green here and brighten it up a little bit. You have to be a little bit careful with this book with the lighter colors, especially in highly inked areas, because it is almost a newspaper print kind of book, and it doesn't hold that ink down, so you can end up smudging that ink all around your page if you're not too careful. Also make sure that you keep a piece of paper or cardstock or something on the back side of the page you're coloring, whether the other side is colored or not, because that color and everything else is going to rub off and transfer. So be careful of that. Okay, so there's that part of the bug. Now we're going to take Azure, and I am going to have to pause this. I will be right back. I am so sorry about that. It was an important phone call from my husband telling me that, yeah, we're in quarantine until this test result comes in. So, oy. Not that we go anywhere or do a whole lot of anything, but, So that was Azure 103. This one here is light blue 51. We're just doing his wings. And I need the Azure. I think the rest of it is the other bug body. And there we go. There is our first bug, all done. I'm going to put a little bit more Azure down here, just to darken that area up a little bit. Show the veins in the wings, and of course the green here is the bug body under the wing. But the wing goes all the way around like that. Just going to go back over it a little bit with the blue. And just making sure that we have everything all covered in like that. Alright, so there is our first bug all done. Now we're going to go into the browns, and we're going to do this bug in browns. So let's grab some light brown here. I think desert yellow would be a good one. And we're just going to do his base coat. Do apologize for that intermission or interruption, whichever you want to call it. Unfortunately, life happens. Now I'm gonna looking at the leg here, it might be the same kind of bug. But we'll do this one brown, the other one green. I've seen brown and green grasshoppers, haven't you? I hope. Now, once I get to a point where it's under the wing, I'm just going in very, very lightly and putting that color in. Trying not to get too dark under the wings, because we're going to be adding the blue to the wings. But we still want it to show the body of the bug under there. So just do it very, very lightly, and then darken up once you're away from the wing. Alright, and his antennae. And his hand here. And I think that's it for the light brown for now. Now we're going to go into it with a bit of a deeper brown. And we're going to use just regular old brown. And we're going to do the darker areas. Just remember when you're doing it over here, your touch is much lighter than it is over here. You can still color in different little areas. Just remember that those areas are still going to be covered in the blue for his wings, so try not to get too hard with your pressure. I think it's two different types of grasshopper. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Alright. I've got something under the page there. I had something lumpy there. Going up under the other grasshopper. Making sure I get under his arms. Getting that darker area all filled in. There we go. The details on a bug. There's so many details on this bug. Alright, I think we got it covered for the most part there. Now we're going to take the desert yellow again, and with a little bit more pressure, we're going to go over top of this part. We're not going to go over top of the wing area, but we're going to go over top of the bug area that is not under the wings. And we're going to blend that all together. Putting a little bit more pressure down, a little bit more color down. This one is a little bit simpler than the green one. Like I said, it's just making sure that you don't put too much pressure on any area under the wing. Because you want that to be a lot lighter. You want the color to still be there so that it looks like it's a part of the bug, but you want it to be a lot lighter. So when you go over it, with the blue, it still looks like it is on the bug and the bug isn't blue. Alright, now we're going to take our azure and we're just going to do some little flicks in those darker areas where the wings come together. Alright, and then we're going to take the light blue and any area that is not right over the bug, we're going to color that in a lot deeper with a lot more pressure than an area that is over top of the bug. Because we still want that bug color to show through, but we still want the blue color on top of it, which gives the translucency of the wing. Now I'm not pressing very hard, just hard enough to get that blue tone over top of the bug's body there. Everywhere that the wing is. Like that. Alright, and there is our bug hug. Now we've got some green grass there behind, so let's grab another green. And I think we're going to grab some dark green here. I'm just going to sharpen it up. My husband is home, so things might get noisy here for a second until he figures out that I'm filming. So I'm just outlining and doing little flicks in the grass here, filling that in so that when I go over it with the light, it is already got the dimension in it. Because unlike the bugs, this is very undetailed. It's just looks like blades of tall grass. And since they're bugs, it may not be tall grass at all. It may be light, really short grass. Now underneath them, I'm going to put some dark green for their shadows. And then we're going to take, nope, this one here. So we're going to take some fresh green and we're just going to fill in the larger area of flicks. And I'm not being overly cautious. I'm just filling it in. Just get that background all filled in there. And there we have it. Just to make sure that we have a good definition there, just going to add a couple more bits of that. That's the wrong one. I just noticed that that was blue. I'm just going to add a bit more of that dark green, just to define a couple of those blades. Then we're going to take some of this light green and also put a couple of flecks in there of that. There we go. And there we have our bugs. So switch over to the main, and there we have our bug hug. So we've got our green bug and our brown bug, and of course that is completed for our bug hug. I'm going to put the date on this. Let me see if I can find my pen. There it is. And today's date, oh, I need to put, where's my green? I need to put a little bit more definition on this side, I think. I just noticed how light that was, so let's just put a little bit more definition. Okay. And there we have it. I think that looks a little better. And this one here is, what date is it today? The 30th. August 30th, 21. And this is hug number 12. And there we have our bug hug. Alright guys, again I apologize for the interruption earlier. Of course, thank you all very much for joining me for this wonderful bug hug, and I hope that you have all enjoyed it. This was done with the Shuttle Art 174 4mm core colored pencils. If you have the black barreled, the ones that look just like this, any of the black barrel pencils that came out in the 180 set, you have all of these colors. So you would not need to purchase the Shuttle Art 174 set. Alright guys, thank you all very much for watching. Let's go quickly through the flips of the hugs that we have completed. So we've completed the bug hug. We did that. Yesterday we completed the bear hug with a polar bear hug, and then we did a unicorn hug on Saturday, and on Friday we did this wonderful gentlemanly hug, and on Thursday we did this wonderful little girl hugging the deer, and then we did a fish hug on Wednesday, and then we did a bear hug on Tuesday, and a daddy hug on Monday, and an owl hug and kitty hug on Sunday, and a wonderful little girl and bear hug on Saturday. So this one here says, one word frees us of all the weight and pain of life. That word is love, by Solosthenes. I can never pronounce the word, And there's another saying in here as well with the fishy hug that says, words are easy like the wind. Faithful friends are hard to find, by William Shakespeare. All right, guys, that is 100 Hugs, the Hug of the Day by Chris Riddell. Thank you all very much for joining me. I do appreciate all of you. And of course, enjoy the hugs. All right, guys, until next time, bye bye for now.